we'll be discussing all sorts of things. Uh, I am your host, Jim, and with us today we have Mia. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mia, and I'm the Chief Content Officer. We'll be covering things like pop culture, politics, education, gaming, science, history, and comedy. We'd love to hear from the audience and which topics they'd like to covered by this channel. We plan to have an engaging audience that appreciates tackling the unique aspects of existence. Join our endeavors into the cosmos. If you don't like watching CNN or Fox, we're the channel for you.
Yeah, we're very anti-mainstream. We like just building our own thing. Everything's just it doesn't seem like it's built for us normal people anymore, does it? But anyway, so with us today also we have Ghost. Introduce yourself, Ghost.
Okay. Hi, my name's or alias is Ghost. I am a native Texan. And I will probably be more behind the scenes more than anything during our broadcast, but every now and then I might pop my head in to say hello to you guys.
Yep. And yeah, so together, this isn't the full team. We've got a few more members as well that are doing other things, finances, other content, marketing, that sort of thing. But yeah, we're all going to be building hopefully over time. The idea is to build it up into a rolling network that is just continuously outputting content of all sorts of themes and varieties. Like I'm really interested in getting the gaming side of things up and running myself. Although we have people that are really into history. Someone
We've
even
got people
mentioned.
that want
Go
to.
ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
No, go on.
We've got people that want to show others how they make themselves self sustainable, or talk about psychology in our society today and things of that sort.
Yep. Also, handiwork, whether it's digital or analog. We've got people that like working on DIY things. We've got people that like little coding projects. We've got people that like just playing video games. And the idea as well is we're a network. So we've got a bunch of content creators. And we come together. And because we've got a bunch of content creators under one roof, we could do things like events and games and tournaments together. Even have, prizes, leagues. We could do whatever we want, really. So, yeah. What about you, Mia? What's your sort of area of interest? What content do you want to get produced?
Well, I'd like to see content about pop culture and how that's been affecting our psychology, like I mentioned before, or self sustainability, especially fishing and how
Oh,
beneficial
really?
that is, or creating your own farm, which is very easy to do. You just need a few live animals.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I
sort.
think that's going to be a subject that's really going to sort of pick up in the future. A lot of people I know are really interested in. Is it called homesteading if it's just in your garden? But you know what I
I
mean,
think it's
like that.
called homesteading and learning how to compost, or what kind of
Yeah,
compost you need,
like
and what kind of plants and stuff
even
like
some of my
that.
school friends just kept some chickens in their back garden. Grew some fruit and veg. So yeah, it's becoming a lot more common nowadays, and I think it's a good thing. People becoming more responsible for their own lives, uh, and becoming more skilled as well. There's a lot of skills that go into it. Um,
Not only that, I feel like it also keeps us like physically healthier, mentally healthier, and it helps just bring a higher quality to life in general.
yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that. Um, I mean, it's a lot of people's dream, isn't it, to sort of like retire on the farm?
I feel like people, when you get to that age, you just know what you want, right? And
Yeah,
so, like, I mean, there's a reason why they keep reverting back to that same default of like that's what the general idea of peace might be, or at least the predominant.
yeah. I think. That's a lot of what's missing in society as well nowadays. Is people everything's too digital. Not a lot of people. Well, I don't want to say not a lot of people, but people in general are less in touch with nature than they were in the past, obviously. But it's only getting worse with each successive generation. So if we could do something to sort of like reroute ourselves in nature, I think that's only positive.
I I like that idea, but I want to take that a step deeper and say that I feel like we need to like find the perfect balance between both. Because don't get me wrong, technological advances are pretty salient to prolonging life and the raising the quality of
Yeah,
life, right? But
absolutely.
also within that, it's like I would say from current trends, if we're looking from like the 70s up till now, we just don't know sometimes how to control ourselves, maybe.
Yeah, but that's
I'd like to
definitely
throw
a
in a
conversation
point.
we can have. Go ahead, Ghost.
I like I'd like to throw in a point that I think as human beings we have a hard time differentiating when technology goes wrong, in particular when you start talking about synthetic. Um, there's no
Yeah,
such thing as bad technology until you start really getting into trying to replace things that naturally already. At that point, you start seeing issues. You can see this with, like when people were doing synthetic THC or they try to synthesize any sort of
that's an
medicine that
interesting angle
naturally.
because when you mentioned synth, my mind went to Fallout 4 with the synthetic humans. You know, the the robots that are so well designed that they're indistinguishable from humans, at least from the outside. There are tests that you can do, a bit like Blade Runner, right? You've seen Blade Runner with the replicants.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think
So
that when we first started progressing towards technology, we would think that like synths like that would ever be something that we would even look forward to or, look away
I
from.
used to really be a massive futurist. I used to play a lot of sci-fi games, read a lot of sci-fi novels, and the optimistic view of the future that you see in the past. That's kind of the theme of Fallout, isn't it? It's like retro futurism, where the people of the 50s thought
Oh,
we'd all
yeah,
be.
that's a good word.
Yeah, I like that one as well. The people of the 50s used to think that we'd
Mhm.
be like the Jetsons, right? Have you ever seen the Jetsons where they're all
Oh yeah,
flying
yeah, yeah,
around
yeah,
in
yeah.
their like private cars and everything else, and they've got like a robot maid, everything. And that was set in the far-flung year of, I think it was 2000, 2001 to 3. It was something like that, the early 2000s. Because it sounds so futuristic, doesn't it? The year
Does, but
2000. But so does the year 1000. That sounds futuristic, but it's really not.
it's really not. And like when you look at like the relative expectations of what the year 2000 was supposed to be, it's nothing near that.
No, what did we get? What even happened in the year 2000?
We got really weird looking outfits. I know that the
Yeah.
fashion at that time was.
I was watching a video recently about how someone went to, I think it was LA, and they said the weirdest thing about it. They thought that they'd uh, see a bunch of what did they think that they'd see? Just the things you see on the internet about California, right? Like beaches and you know,
Palm trees, beaches,
yeah.
yeah,
But they said the
Hawaiian shirt.
weirdest thing that they took away from California was the strange things that rich people spent their money on, like
Oh wow.
clothes that don't even look good, but it's like, oh, you spent $800 on that, and it's like, yeah, I've got the money to do so. It's a fashion statement. I'm willing to
Speaking, mhm.
spend a lot of money to look less ridiculous. Yeah, you might look good, but you spent half as much money. That's why you look on, like, I don't want to name drop any specific retailers, but you look at these high end retailers' websites and you'll see like
Mhm,
these
mhm.
really trashy looking clothes. Like there was one recently where it was described in a meme as goblin shoes. Did you see that one?
Oh
And it
yeah, I know
was
which
for
one
like
you mean.
$800, or I'll keep using that exact number, but it was quite high. It was a high amount of dollars for a piece of what looked like burlap sack shaped into a shoe.
I personally can't justify that, like when we've got other issues in our societies. But on that topic, when you're talking the fashion, the extreme fashion, the hyper fashion that we have, and all of that fast fashion, actually, it's called. I don't know. There's this show I've been revisiting called Regular Show, and it's a children's show, and you would think like, oh, on a children's show it's just for entertainment, but no,
Is
like
it a
it
children's show? I've
showed
not seen it before. It always seemed like a kind of adult swimmy show.
it,
Or is it
it,
just straight
it
up a
actually
children's
didn't
show?
it actually didn't come on during the Adult Swim show times.
Oh,
It
really?
actually
Okay.
came up on like 7 p.m. when kids are like having dinner, or
Oh,
right after
see,
they had
that's
dinner.
my
And
confusion. It's like just before Watershed. Gotcha. Because
exactly,
I've had
actually
friends that have raved about it. They've loved it, and I thought it can't be too much of a kiddie show, then, can it?
it
it really
wasn't, but
pushes the limits almost to adult, so it was really for like teenagers. That makes like
Yeah.
and preteens, people that were more in-depth conversation type people that can like. It's obviously not Looney Tunes, but at the
yeah,
same
it's not obviously not Looney Tunes. Yeah, it's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what the show, it was showing how like there was like a special club or something that one goes to if you're like a part of like the rich people. And the main characters of the show were not allowed to go in there wearing their regular clothes, like something that a middle class person would be expected to wear, right? But
Yeah.
the elites were wearing clothes like you were describing, like extremely like ugly and grotesque looking clothes, like and
Yeah, it's the
so
sort where like even poor people are like, oh, that's ugly. And it's like,
yeah,
but
exactly.
why? Why would you do
But
that?
why would you do that, right? But like their preference like list is just different than ours, I would say. And at the end of it, they got into that elitist club by wearing a trash bag with gold spray, a black trash bag with literal gold
Was it
spray. And
was it
I
legitimately a
feel
trash bag?
it was legitimately a trash bag. They were
Wow.
thrown into a dumpster, and then it was a trash
What?
bag with gold spray. Yeah, they took the trash bag from dumpster.
I see, I see.
Do
I
you see
mean,
like this show? Like
yeah.
you would say, like if you looked at it, watched it, it's like kids show, but it's really not. Or a teenage show, or a preteen show, or a coming of age show, kind of was, but like the messages that they embed into that, I feel like were very salient, very very important to highlight to us. I mean, I guess that's why we're talking about that today, right?
I've always seen it in the same vein as Adventure Time for some reason. I know it's nothing alike.
Adventure Time is also a really, really good one. I would say Adventure Time does, if you pay attention, it gives you some serious, like, deep lessons. What was that one show that was boycotted by parents? Because it was like I don't know, like it was a movie at Harry Potter as well.
Harry Potter got boycotted, are you sure? I mean, I
Yeah,
remember it being boycotted back in the day, but is that what you're referring to?
yeah. I am referring to that, but Harry Potter, I don't think that it would be
Was it the
counted in this.
same
It's
people
like
that
more
went
of a
after
fantasy.
GTA?
Yes, I think so, probably. It was like, well, for Harry Potter at least, it was because of like the witchcraft or something, and it was just like Satanism or something like that.
So it was
But
the
like,
same
I
people that
would
went after
say,
Pokemon.
yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's a better measure. Yeah. Yeah, it was the same people that went after Pokemon.
Because they were like, what manner of
Okay.
witchcraft allows a creature of God's magnitude to be placed inside a spherical object? It's like it's just a game. It's just a
Argument
game.
was
It's based off bug catching. It's like witchcraft. No, it's really not.
bug catching. That's hilarious.
But like, there were some legitimate complaints about Pokemon. Like, why are you capturing small animals in small spherical objects and then using them to fight?
I really hope like there was no argument with like like the PETA crew where they're like, oh, it's like
Oh no, there
justifying
was.
animal abuse to little children.
No, there
What?
was back in the day. I specifically remember
No.
Peter talking about
Oh,
Pokemon. I might
come
be,
on, PETA. You ain't got no way.
I might just be making that up, but I'm pretty sure I saw that.
See, I would, I would believe it. I would believe it. PETA had beef with every restaurant almost.
They
So
they just
like,
they'll go for it whenever they see an opportunity, but they are awful. I don't want to get too deep into anything political in this first stream, of course, but my
oh
God,
yeah, yeah,
people,
yeah.
look into the history of Peter. But yeah, so I'm excited for the future. We've been in the background setting this up for quite a while. You might
Quite a
notice
while.
if you join some of the things, some of the channels and links we've set up. If you see a joined date, it might say 2001 or even 2000, because this has been in the works for quite a while. First as just a conceptual thing. We've been bringing more and more talent on board over time. And we decided not to actually do this first stream until we had a significant amount of progress. So what we've got so far is a dedicated team that is ready to bring improvements to the streams and ready to listen to all of your suggestions and whatnot. And we've got a round of content creators that have just been given the go ahead, that we have just launched, and it's ready to start accepting content onto the network. So as soon as they get that memo, we should start getting a drip feed of content across all of our channels. And depending on where you're watching right now, you might not know about our other channels. So in the description, you should be able to see a Discord link. That's probably the best way to access all of our other channels. If you just click the Discord link, you'd come into our Discord channel. And then if you click the links tab, all of our links will be there. That's all of our social medias, all of our video sites, everything is there. So that's our main hub for now. We might switch to another platform if a better one becomes available, but early days right now, Discord is our hub. So, Mia, anything on your mind?
No, I'm just really excited to see what the future brings and what the audience requests and where their interest lies. I really am looking forward to the engagement of the audience, because I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of the population doesn't get a say into what they want to see. So
Yeah, absolutely. That's a something we should definitely say up front as well. We want to be a audience-driven network because we are audience members. We started this network because we were not satisfied with the state of modern media, and you know the phrase, if it's not being done right, do it yourself.
do
So
it yourself.
that's it. So you know, we're just amateurs. We don't really know what we're doing, but over time, we're hopefully going to improve and be able to bring everyone the kind of content that we want to see, that you want to see, that everybody wants to see across our network. So whatever ideas you have, and especially if you're a content creator yourself and you'd like to see your content on the network, Mia here is the person you will be contacting because he is the head of content. So yeah, that will just be through the Discord. So if you are interested, just drop a comment under wherever you see this. We'll get around to it. So, Ghost, any comments on future, Helio, your role, anything like that?
Um, no, but if you are a content creator and you're having some certain technical issues with something on our end or something that maybe I can even help you with, um, you can always find a way to contact me through Mia. Um, also, in the future, we will definitely be having giveaways and other fun stuff like that to add to all the stuff that was already made.
We do plan on having international get-togethers and things of that sort. So, yep, I'm really looking forward to all that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming down the line. We're trying to get incorporated right now so that we are an actual business entity. That will allow us to just open up certain doors, like get business
Mhm.
licenses for certain software that we need. But yeah, so not much point going over the full roadmap right now, but just some key points that we want to hit over the next year. Obviously, we want to expand this channel. We want to just keep posting content. This flagship podcast will at first go out at least once a week. The plan is to get it to the point where maybe it's 3 times a week. That seems like a good level to have it at, but it'll be different hosts, it'll be different topics. This is just the one where we just talk about any news and updates to Helio Media in general. But there will be other streams being created. A news stream, a video game stream, as in video game news, I suppose. Pop culture, movies. We'll have all sorts of streams that are going on. But it will depend on what is popular, what people want to see. So as we round out the content, whatever you guys like, we'll make more of. And we're just going to keep experimenting until something comes up that ends up being something that everyone enjoys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's about it from me for a sort of intro for Helio. Can't think of much else to say. Otherwise, I'm going to
Yep.
just start rambling.
Thanks for the introduction, Sunny, and thanks for y'all tuning into us and listening to us.
Yep. So, yeah, I might as well just stop it here. We've said all we want to say for now. This one has been quite short, quite boring, but next time we're going to take one of the suggestions from the comments. There is probably not going to be a lot of comments due to it being our first stream that is not being pushed around very hard. But whatever comments we do have, we're going to have a look through. We're going to pick one of you. And yeah, we'll try to build a stream around whatever you suggest. So, thank you for tuning in. And hopefully we'll see you again next time. Remember to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.